It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Kristi Lee, Josh Arnold, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and your host, Tom Griswold.
Kristi Lee coming to you from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the site of the greatest spectacle in motor car racing, the Indy 500. It all starts and ends right here on the Yard of Bricks. If you've never been here, don't know anything about the race, it's 2.5 mile oval, 250 laps, or 500 miles total. It is the race to win. We have some great highlights from Carb Day. We also have some of the interviews that Tom did with some of the drivers during Media Day. Hopefully it wasn't this windy. But we're gonna have a great time. Let's watch all of these wonderful highlights together, shall we?
Before we introduce our guests, we have a special musical tribute. Ladies and gentlemen, please, BJ. That's right. The King is here. Dave the King Wilson with the Elvis.
I cannot believe the King is here.
I can't believe the King is here.
So good to see you, King.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, the King's been in the track with no pass. That's unbelievable, ain't it?
Oh, yeah.
Kristi, I appreciate you. You used to put your hair in a beehive for the King. You didn't do that this morning.
No, but I'm wearing my white cotton panties for you.
Thank you very much, honey.
Now, King, I see there's a movie coming out about you, King.
That's right. It's called The King and I, me and Cyclops. Thank you very much. I cannot believe the King is here.
Very silly, King.
Willie says he's 2 donuts deep, son. That ain't nothing. I'm 2 dozen deep. Don't you be jacking with the King, son. If you can't run with the big dogs, you stay on the porch.
I saw the preview of your new movie. That's the Slender King.
Well, well, who likes that guy? I don't. Man, I was over at the track yesterday. It was like a Legends Day type of thing, and I wanted to get me a little corn dog or something.
Sure.
And I'm standing there in line, Legends Day, and Emerson Fittipaldi, the 2-time 500 winner, standing in front of me there. And he's mumbling some stuff, and people in the concession stand, they can't understand him. He's speaking his Portuguese stuff there. And I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, "Emo, you get a corn dog and get the hell out of King's Way." That's exactly right. I'll never forget the first time we were here in Indianapolis. Man, me and Priscilla was driving around. We're walking right here by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Pigeon flew over, dropped a big load right on top of Priscilla's head.
Oh, no.
She looked at me. She said, "King, could you give me some toilet paper?" I said, "What for, baby? That bird's a half a mile away." I cannot believe the King is here.
Oh, yeah.
Great to see you, King. Are you driving the pace car this year, King?
Oh, no, we got that guy. It reminds me of that Blake Shelton guy's driving it. I got to tell you, I was in the supermarket the other day, and I'm standing in line, and, sometimes this kind of thing happens. Sure. You pass a little gas. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
It
And
happens.
when I did, these 4 people in line all turned around at the same time and looked at me, and I go, "This is what it's like being on The Voice."
They all slowly turned your way.
They all turned around there and looked at me. Thank you, Josh, for helping explain the King's comedy, man. Man, I've been dead since 77. I need all the help I can get. It's unbelievable.
Oh, thank you very much. Dave the King Wilson has joined us. Dave, it's good to see you. Are you going to make a pick for the 106th running of the Indy 500?
Well, I am notoriously horrible at this. This is my 55th 500.
Oh, man.
I've only been correct 3 times, and that's because I always pick who I'd like to see win, not who I think will win.
Okay, so is this year different, or are you going to pick who you would like to see win?
I'm not going to. I'm going to pick something, and this sounds silly, but somebody out of the Penske stable, because they've been slow. It was slow, relatively. They haven't been qualifying at the top, but I think that's because Roger and the gang are all working on race day stuff. And, of course, you've got those experienced drivers, so I think somebody from the Penske pack, but I'd love to see Connor Daly win.
Yeah. Spoke to Connor yesterday.
He is an Indianapolis-born driver. There has not been an Indiana-born driver win the 500 since 1940, Wilbur Shaw.
Wow.
So we've been kind of going through a dry spell.
Yeah. Pat?
I know what that's like.
So I'm excited about that. And I got to tell you, I spent 38 years in the media doing different things. And last year was the first year that I had no media responsibilities. and I have no media responsibilities this year. I bought tickets in the grandstands. I'm just going to go up there with my fiance and in her family and watch the race.
Well, if you want to be on NBC, just get right here in front of the American Legion. Take all your clothes off.
Well, yeah.
You'll be on ESPN.
Yeah. Well, of course, dating. I mean, I'm dating now in my 60s, Tom, and that is a lot different than dating in your 20s. Obviously, when you're your 20s, you call your girlfriend and go, "Hey, man, did we get kicked out of Waffle House again last night?" You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's try it again tonight. You know. When you're in your 60s, you call your girlfriend. You go, "Well, my blood pressure 115/65 this morning. I think we need to go to dinner. Why don't you get on that AARP app and find us a coupon? And, I'll pick you up at 4 o'clock." You know? She took me to a gender reveal party.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
I had no. I haven't been out and about much, so we go and there's drinks and order, and I'm having a great time. All of a sudden, this guy shouts out, "Okay, time for the big gender reveal." Well, imagine my chagrin when I was the only one to drop their pants. Here it is.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's how you get on TV.
That's how you get on TV.
Dave Wilson, you got a fiance, you say?
Yes, yeah, the lovely Miss Becky Merrill.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Do you know, is there a date?
No, I haven't set a date yet, but
Okay.
we're working on it.
Is there a place?
We got, well, yeah, we're going to get married at
Is
a
this
hardware
real?
store.
Is this real, or is this just make believe? What's going on, Dave?
I got a picture of her,
All
and
right.
it's not
Oh, yeah,
photoshopped.
You can't get that anywhere.
No.
Okay.
You're going to get married at the hardware store?
Yeah, Sullivan's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's our plan.
And we should put.
anyway.
They have a really nice. It's a.
It's a beautiful
It's a
hardware
nice
We're not-
hardware store.
We're not going to be standing by the toilet parts.
Yeah. No, you got to have a big green egg cookout.
Got to have
Yeah.
a big ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Becky, if you say yeah, just jiggle the toilet handle. That's what's going on.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. I'm very happy.
You gonna have any kids?
You know what? You're the only one in the 60s that has kids.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know if the little Duke would answer the call again, Tom, if you know what I'm saying.
And Tom, she's not ready. She's only 18.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Josh.
Technically legal.
Hang on.
Yeah, I said 18.
Hey.
Hang on behalf of Tom and I. All right, King. Yeah.
It's good to be the king, Junior.
Ready for the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. A familiar face has joined us. He is a legendary driver. It is Mr. Jimmy Johnson. Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
It's good to see you. And
Yeah.
you had a couple of hairy moments, can we say?
That is true. And well put. Hopefully those are behind me, but we'll see. I still have 200 laps to go in the biggest race, that I've been in an IndyCar race. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh, it's great seeing you here. And one of your teammates was saying what an incredible job you've done with the learning curve here. And you're going so fast. It'll be amazing to see you coming up on Sunday. Now, how do you feel about the learning curve?
It's a steep one, but I do have to say the road course racing has been a much different learning curve for me, and it's been a lot bigger challenge than I first expected and anticipated. But once we've been able to run on these ovals, my experience, my knowledge, my racecraft, my car knowledge is all playing into to a much better performance, and I'm up there racing with the guys.
Sean, your thoughts?
Yeah, one question is what was the drive for coming into IndyCar? I mean, you've accomplished everything you could have accomplished in your other life, and then to start all over is such a daunting task. But what was that? Was it from a kid perspective, or just another challenge? Like what drove you through that?
Yeah, there's a couple pieces to it. I mean, this was the original dream growing up in Southern California, as I did. My opportunities took me to NASCAR, and obviously very thankful for those opportunities and all that took place. But I drove a Formula One car in 2018, and the experience of driving that McLaren Formula One car just blew my mind. And then Chip Ganassi was nice enough to let me drive the Indy car here at Indy on the road course, and once again, it blew my mind. So I'm like, all right, let's see if we can find a sponsor and do this. And found Carvana, ran the limited schedule last year, but attending this race last year and watching the Indianapolis 500 in person, it was just something that I really felt like I needed to do. I mean, again, it was the dream since I was a kid, but I just felt like the safety of the cars and the speed, it just wasn't, that time had passed me by. But since the aeroscreen has come onto the cars, I think these vehicles are in a far different safety bubble or in a better place. And I'm willing to take those risks and get out there and go.
What do Dale Jr. and the rest of those guys, when they talk to you, do they think you're nuts? Like what's their
Yeah, most like, what are you thinking? I'm like, well, clearly I'm not. But I didn't expect to be hot and heavy in a full championship run at this point in my life and career, but the experience has been so amazing, and I've had such great support from Carvana to the folks at Chip Ganassi Racing that I couldn't pass up this experience.
Well, it's awesome having you. Jimmy, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Good luck. See you in the winner's circle.
Thank you.
You are watching the Bob and Tom Indy 500 special. Hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I want to surprise everybody.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Al Unser Jr. joins us.
All right.
Hey, Al. Good to see you, man. Al Unser Jr. has been around this place for a long time, a two-time winner of the Indianapolis 500. How's it going, Al?
It's going good.
Good seeing you.
Yeah. You've been around here longer than I have, though.
Oh, once again,
Fair enough.
very few people ever get to Tom's age.
It's miracles what it is.
This is all true. Was your first year here 84?
83.
83. So yeah, we're the same. Do you remember who won in 83? Tom Sneva.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
I thought my dad did.
He won. I wish the King were here.
87?
A couple years later.
Is that right?
No, I'm just kidding.
What year did
I tried to help Dad win that race.
That's right, you
That
did.
day. I did.
Now, what years did you win?
92 and 94.
Okay. Very, very good.
Had a shot at it at 89.
Which is the famous flipping the bird at Mo year?
89.
Okay.
He was really saying, go, number one.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
The cars are a lot different now, but you guys were really going fast back then, but it was a whole different world. Have you driven one of the contemporary cars, or do you have any idea what it's like?
No, my last 500 was 07, and so they didn't have paddle shifts at that time. It was still on the side of the car. So,
Yeah. And when's the last time you were up to speed in a car?
I've driven the two-seater. I drove that about 3 years ago, something like that.
Do you take a particular delight in going so fast that the people? Can you hear them screaming in the back?
No. You can feel them screaming.
Yeah. I would be kicking, desperately trying to get you to slow down. How fast do you take it when you do the two-seater?
The two-seater averages right at 180, 190, right in that area.
Yeah.
So,
But if you think about it, these guys they're going more than 230 when they qualify.
Well, I recall him taking us around in a pace car, and you about lost your, if you know what I mean.
The better one was one year we were giving away a car, and there was I think we had to drive it around until it ran out of gas.
Yes.
And then we were going to reach into the trunk and pull out a winner. And I don't know how this happened.
It was one of those great radio promotions.
it never ran out of gas, though.
No, it was not planned. We ran into Al, and he decided we should go into the track. So we drove into the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and there was a guard there. And Al pulls up and goes, "Hey, man." He goes, "Oh, hey, Al, go on in." So Al's got this thing floored. I forget what kind of car it was. And I'm screaming, and he goes, "Oh, this is cool. It's fine." He goes, "Of course, at this speed, these tires weren't designed for this. The tires will probably blow and we'll hit the wall." So,
they were squealing a little bit.
Yeah, and the car was making noise, too.
Yeah, exactly. Not like you're squealing, though.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And I forget where we ran out of gas. I'm sure it was somewhere dangerous.
In turn 3.
Okay, it was cool. That was cool.
I was trying to touch the mirror on the wall. I never did. It was sad. I never did get there.
Wow.
But
Our
every
guest-
time I'd come up, Tom would go, "Oh!" Like that.
Yeah, that was fun. Do you have any official duties at the Speedway this year? Are you doing any?
No, not really. I really enjoy what we do now on race day morning. I end up they honor the past winners by taking them around on a pace car and so on, and then some of us get to drive some of the old past winners, and so I've driven Foyt's 77 winner. I've driven Dad's 78 winner. I've driven the Maserati. It's a maroon color #1 car, and this year I get to drive Dad's 70 winner, the Johnny Lightning.
Oh, my favorite car. I love that.
Yeah, so I get to drive that around.
Now, at home, do you own a pace car from any particular year?
92 and 94.
Oh,
absolutely.
Wow.
Yep.
What are they?
They're in the Unser Museum.
And
is
are-
where
what
they
type
are
of vehicles
in
are they?
Albuquerque. One of them's the 94 is a Ford Mustang, which was the song of the day. It was Mustang Sally. Okay, and then 92 was Cadillac Elante.
Okay.
Convertible.
What was the story I'm trying to think of? We had the famous jet pilot on the show, Chuck Yeager.
Yeah.
Do you remember this story?
They gave him a Corvette, didn't
Yeah.
they? And he said, no, thank you, and traded it for a truck?
No, he took the Corvette.
Oh.
Then he went and traded it for 2 trucks.
That's right.
So pretty
Dad,
good deal.
in '78, it was a Corvette, and Dad won that one, and so I never did win the race when it was a Corvette. I was bummed about that.
Well, didn't he let you drive his?
No.
Well, I think, on that note, we'll.
No.
Okay.
Whenever he'd leave the house, he'd go, now remember, no Corvette. Oh, come on.
Santino Ferrucci is our guest, and before we went on TV here, we were talking about shoes.
Yeah.
You guys are sneakerheads, Sean. You and Santino got some fancy kicks, as they say.
Any way, I mean, if you can't, if you have a face for radio, you might as well have good kicks, right?
Now, is there an official shoe in the world of IndyCar racing?
There's not. I mean, it's kind of funny this year, being car number 23. I've also had a fascination of Jordans. So I did bring quite a few of my Jordans. I'm wearing Jordan 1s right now. My friend on race day who runs a sneaker shop in Connecticut that's actually growing pretty quick, Impossible Kicks, is bringing me a set of brand new ones that just actually got released within the last week that match my suit and car. So,
and what do you have to wear for safety purposes while driving an Indy car?
Not ones. Unfortunately, I think they might melt a little bit, the fire. I will wear my normal Impact or Sparco race boots come race day, but when I do driver intros, I'll have ones on in the suit. I'll be all dialed up and be comfortable.
Would there be a business making turning racing shoes into like street kicks, or the same brand? Would there be a hipness factor to that because it's so obscure?
It's gone the other way. I mean, Jumpman makes race suits now. In NASCAR, the 2311 team, Jordan's a part owner. They had the elephant print on a car 2 weeks ago.
It won
I mean, it's going that
Kansas.
direction.
It won. I mean,
they
honest,
won with that. Yeah, you're right.
Denny's always worn Jumpman shoes in his NASCAR. He's always had custom Jumpman, Jordans for his own purpose. They have not hit the market for other drivers, even though I've asked him multiple times if I can get a set made for myself.
You got the NASCAR connection now.
I know, and I know Denny, and I was just like, come on, man, like help me out here. Like I love Jordans. I don't have nearly as many. He has like every pair that's ever been released. So.
Well, that's crazy. Would it be because remember the days you're watching TV and the driver, they keep putting the different hats on? Would it be hilarious if there's a guy cut down? I got to get his shoes. They keep changing shoes so they can show his feet.
I can see that.
So as you can see, this is going to be the dumbest interview you've ever done. Santino, we of course always associate that name with The Godfather. You ever seen the movie The Godfather?
I have. I've seen Godfather 1.
Okay. You might want to watch 2. It's very good.
I know, just 4 hours long, man.
Yeah. What do you do in your spare time?
Watch Netflix, read, work on cars, play with my dogs.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I got a Great Dane and a Yellow Lab.
All right.
So I got a dog that's bigger than me, and then you put them together, it's 2 of me.
All right. What are your dogs' names?
Kodak and Cleo.
Kodak is a great name for a dog.
Yeah, so he's my lab. So Kodak like the camera, even though a lot of people associate it with the rapper, he'd be Kodak White because he's a yellow lab. He's cute, though. He's real cute. And then Cleo like Cleopatra, and she's a really big black Great Dane with a little white marking in her chest.
All right.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Again, this interview, you haven't mentioned the fact that Santino is going to be driving extremely fast coming up on Sunday, but let's have more fun before we get there. Are you a tattoo guy? Do you have any tattoos?
I do. I got a half sleeve.
Which arm?
So it is on my right arm.
Okay.
So
okay. And it's is it something private or something?
No, just all mechanical stuff. I mean, I've grown up working on cars, go-karts. It's all mechanical, stopwatch. Got my favorite lucky numbers in there. I also have a Superman. So I grew up loving Superman. I have a Superman helmet this year that I'm rocking.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, a little bit of homage to that. So we'll see. Hopefully it brings me good luck.
All right. Well, tell us about the 106th running of the Indy 500. You're actually in it? How cool is that?
I know. Let's actually get to the racing part and out of the lifestyle. It's been great. I mean, this is probably one of the better cars I've had come in here in the last couple of years. This is my best starting position, starting 15th, so outside row 5. Hopefully I won't have to pass too many cars, obviously, to get up into the top step there. But, no, I feel really good about it. I mean, this year has been really up and down, especially with the weather. Car's been great, though. I mean, the teams work so hard. Dry Reinbold, Indiana home team, local sponsors for the most part. I guess Palermo's Screaming Sicilian. Going back to the Godfather reference there.
Very good.
So, yeah, no, it's been fantastic.
Well, great. Well, it's great to have you here. Sean is the guy that knows more about racing than anybody in this building.
Well, I don't know about that, but so tell the story about Texas. Are you really at brunch about to have a mimosa or something, and next thing you know about you're hopping in the car? Like, how does that come about?
It wasn't quite brunch where I was starting to have a mimosa. It was oh man, I was at the track Saturday just because I live in Dallas. Just came to hang out, say hi, old friends, couple of drivers, couple of team owners. Obviously trying to get back in the car full time next year, and I plan to sit at home on my couch and watch this race because it's hot, and that race can be boring, or it can be exciting. It goes one or either way. And I'm at dinner, just ordered my first drink, with my buddy, ordered my dinner. About 2 sips in, I get a call from the team manager over at Ray Hall, and I was looking at it, I was like, well, this could be interesting. Like, I have no idea what the heck they're calling me for. Answer is like, yeah, do you think you can show up at the track tomorrow, like 8:30 potentially? I mean, our driver got injured today, and we think they're going to clear him, but we're not sure. But we just want to be sure that we have a backup. So they flew my seat in overnight. Didn't get to the track until the cars were on the grid.
Wow.
Yeah, so I showed up about 8 o'clock, just looking over some stuff, and about 9:30 they were like, okay, you're going to run the race. Race goes green at 11. So, yeah.
Did you have that drink?
No, I didn't finish that drink.
Okay. I
worked your way to the front.
Just want to clarify.
Yeah, I started drinking. After that, I started drinking a ton of water because, it also takes a couple days to prepare to run a race that hot. Because you got to really fill yourself up with water and bloat yourself a little bit to make sure that when you're in the heat that you don't, starve your body. So all of a sudden, I'm over here pounding water, pounding liquid IVs, not quite energy drinks, but in the morning, some caffeinated stuff, just trying to get as hydrated and heavy as I can. And, turns out we ran the race, started dead last. I ran 6 laps of practice, not in my seat, in Devlin's seat, actually, another driver. So I was just hanging on for dear life for 6 laps, and I had enough of this. Feel good in the car. Brought it in. They fueled it back up, brought it through tech, put my seat in as we were coming to put the cars on the grid, and got in and went.
It's awesome. Wow.
Never met the spotter, never done any of that stuff before. Just, hey, let's go.
Santino Ferrucci is our guest. He'll be running the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. Did you have a nickname when you were in high school?
I did not. I've always been called Santino. When I was over in Europe and living in Italy, they were calling me Santi because that's kind of the origination of my name, Santo. But no, I've always gone by my full first name.
Santino, beautiful name.
Thank you.
And good luck with your shoe collection. Is there something that you're coveting right now? Is there some very special shoe thing out there? If you were to win the Indianapolis 500, would you treat yourself to...
There is.
Can you say?
Yeah, there's a pair of shoes that I definitely buy for myself. I won the 500. I think I know. You know exactly what shoes I'm
guessing
of.
the Dior's.
100%. No, not the Dior's.
Not the Dior's.
So they are the Dornbachers. Oh. Jordan Retro 4 Dornbachers. They're the most limited released Jordan 4 because they had a Superman flag on the tongue of the shoe.
Wow. The Dornbacher sounds like a car that they ran here in 1957.
I don't even know.
A.J. Foyt in the Dornbacher. Oh, he hits wall.
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. They're just called Jordan 4 DVs.
Awesome.
The Dior's would be nice too. I saw Denny repping those.
Yeah, the Dior's set you back about 18,000 for the high tops and 12 probably for the lows.
Wow.
Hey,
win the 500. Does that matter?
Get a pair of each, man. Right. At this point, it'd be good to go.
Okay. Well, Santino, what a great pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Best of luck out there. Have a great race, man.
Yeah, we will. Hopefully.
All right.
Thank you.
I wanna tie you up. 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 Rubber gets slick, baby. Rubber gets squeaky. How about a 500 track, baby? It's time to get freaky. I wanna tie you up.
He said,
freaky. I wanna tie you up. I wanna tie you up. Do it, Jim. I wanna tie you up.
Sexy time.
Flip me, beat me. Call me a dirty name. If I don't have tire marks on my backside, gonna be ashamed. I wanna tie you up. I wanna tie you up.
Tie you up.
I wanna tie you up. I wanna tie you up.
Zip tie up.
I got a call from the author. What more can I say? The song was the inspiration for 50 Shades of Grey. I wanna tie you up. 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 Who's up first?
Ladies and gentlemen, directly from Hollywood, California.
Screwing up the
He looks
timing.
like Dan Blocker's son.
What does that even mean?
How
many people know who Dan Blocker is? Anybody?
There we go.
You know what?
I think they're just being polite.
He's,
I think they do.
Here's your hint. He's a bonanza of talent. It's our friend Drew. What was it again?
Powell.
Drew Powell. Sorry.
With a P. With a P.
There you go. Mr. Powell, please.
Oh, yeah. Said I've been in lots of movies. Thought that cats because I learned lines real quick. But as it turns out, it's because I have a huge...
Shut your mouth. I wanna tie you up.
Sorry, Mom.
I wanna tie you up. I wanna tie you up.
I happen to have one more if you want.
Could we follow up with the bonanza thing? It's like he hung like a horse.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen from Hollywood, California, he's hung like a horse. It's Drew Powell.
I played a zombie monster on TV. They raised me from the dead. But you'll see a real monster, baby, if you follow me to bed.
I wanna tie you up. I wanna tie you up.
In a prison movie.
I wanna tie you up. You wrecked Christmas again. I wanna tie you up. Tom, do something.
Oh, baby.
No.
Oh, baby. Do I smell a bit of that sexy time? What? I said, give me some rope for that butt.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's in a butt.
You know what?
Oh my gosh.
It's time for the chorus.
Chorus.
Quick, hurry.
Take us out, too.
I wanna tie you up. I wanna tie you up.
I got a little something there.
Y'all right.
I wanna tie you up. I wanna tie you up. Who's next?
Oh, I got you. You say you've never had a three-way. Well, you're surely gonna howl when you get between me and Mr. Drew Powell. That's a whole lot of love, baby. It surely is.
I wanna tie you up. I think Josh is hitting on you, Drew. I wanna tie you up.
The Devil's Three-Way.
Oh, yeah.
I wanna tie you up.
Take a look at that.
I've never had 3. I'm really only used to 2. But I guess if you're offering after this, I'm going to hang out with Josh and Drew.
I wanna tie you up.
We call that a Willie
I
four-way.
wanna tie you up.
I didn't see that coming.
I wanna tie you up.
I'm so sorry. I hope my mom hasn't woken up yet.
I wanna tie you up.
She hasn't. She just texted me.
Still back at my place.
Wait a minute. How could she text me if she hasn't? Never mind.
No, the implication is that you're having an
He's
affair.
going a solo.
Stop it. Who's next?
I think Duke is next.
All right.
Baby.
I've had enough.
Drew Powell, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Powell.
Sexy time.
And Tom Griswold.
Can't help yourself, can you?
Tie me up with a bow tie.
This is Willie Griswold from the Bob and Tom Show, reporting live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I may not know the most about Indy cars, but I know a thing or two about partying. And like the cool 65-year-old in the Coke lot told me, you cannot drink all day if you don't start in the morning. You can smell the Abercrombie cologne, Bud Light, and a little bit of that sweet, stanky weed. And I'm not certain who Molly is, but there's a lot of 22-year-olds that are looking for her. I'm pretty sure that's my friend Wade. He's rather large and he has shoulders like a firefighter, but I think he's an accountant. I don't know, honestly, I never asked him. We're out here checking out the best outfits at the track. I was expecting to see a Reggie Miller jersey, a Larry Bird jersey. This is another kind of light blue jersey, but it's an unknown player. Sir, what jersey is this?
It's a guy named Michael Jordan. Not sure if you ever heard of him before.
Michael Jordan, and he played for the Pacers, or?
I think he played for the Bulls, maybe.
All right, so you heard it here first. Michael Jordan might have played for the Bulls. It's going to be a long day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, so make sure you wear your short shorts. That's the legendary Snake Pit, where they play electronic music, also known as dubstep, also known as the thing that my dad hears when he says, "If this is playing, what are they playing in hell?" Hey, we're here live at the Snake Pit talking to our new friends. Guys, say hello. What's your names?
Cole.
We got Cole and?
Name's also Cole.
Cole and Cole, really?
That is. Yeah.
Really? Okay, watch out, back up.
Gold.
I don't want to brag, but it looks like we've been coal mining, folks. Okay.
Yeah.
Two guys named Cole. Coal mining. How old are you guys?
23. 24.
How many beers have you had today?
23. About 24.
There we go. You can't get any better than that. I think they're liars, but they're playing ball, and I love that. Can you tell me about your outfit?
Oh, you know, Amazon keeps it clean. And you play some cornhole and somebody cuts your shorts off. That's where it's at.
Are you getting a lot of attention from the ladies and those things?
Yes. You would believe it.
This is May!
It's hard not to look at these young fans and think, never let go of this, you silly idiots. You never know when it's going to get ripped away from you and you have to go work on Sunday. When did you cut those sleeves off?
Look, you see here, I cut these sleeves off about 12 years ago.
All right, we're here at Turn 4 with our new friend. Miss, what is your name?
Hannah.
Hannah, what went into your race day outfit today? So you have Crocs on?
I do have some Crocs. I have my IKEA bucket hat. That's pretty much it.
How do you feel about wearing open-toed shoes to what's been called the grossest event in the entire Midwest?
These are closed-toe shoes. I specifically wore these so my toes are covered. I almost wore my Tevas.
Now with the IKEA bucket hat, do they just sell you the parts and you have to assemble it yourself?
No, you can buy it $2 at IKEA at limited availability.
Well, folks, you heard it here first. You can get it at IKEA. They also have great Swedish meatballs. Enjoy the rest of the Indy 500 race day special.
Getting ready for the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. One of the distinguished drivers is Mr. Well, you introduce yourself, Marcus.
Yeah, my name is Marcus Ericsson. I'm driver of the number 8 Husky Chocolate Chip Ganassi Racing Honda.
Husky Chocolate.
Yeah,
Tell
there
me
you
about
go.
that. Tell me about that.
You know, who doesn't love to be sponsored by a chocolate?
No
It's
kidding.
like, it's the best of the best. So it's actually chocolate drink, hot and cold. Very good.
Now, and you're from Sweden.
I am, yeah.
But you currently live in?
I live here in Indy, so I live up in Carmel. So I've been here, what is it now, the 4th year I'm living here. So it's, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
You're home race here, you know?
Your English is pretty good now, huh?
Yeah, it's getting there, I think.
Yeah. Tell us about this year's Indianapolis 500. I know you're obviously the goal. You want to win. How's it going?
It's been really good so far. I think us as a team in Ganassi, we've been really, really strong from the get-go. And, you know, we got all 5 cars in the top 12, and then 4 of us was in the fast 6, in qualifying. So it's been incredible to be part of that. And we've been looking really strong in race trim as well, being, topping the charts or in the top 5 most of the sessions. So, yeah, we're feeling strong. I'm feeling strong. So can't wait for Sunday.
Well, you're looking great. I got to tell you. You guys are all so fit now. There was a time when the drivers weren't as slender and fit and trim as you are these days. Are you one of the tallest guys out there?
Yeah, I'm probably up there. There's a few guys that's a bit taller, but yeah, I'm one of the taller ones. But like you say, we work out a lot now, and driving these cars in 230 mile an hour, you need a lot of endurance and strength just to drive those cars, and especially for the 500 because it's so long, it goes on for so many hours.
Tell me about the difference now. You've got something in front of your face now. Does that affect anything with?
Not really, I would say. It's at first when we first put it on, it sort of was a little bit weird to get used to, but then very quickly you got used to it, and then when you're in the car driving, you don't really. Your eye sort of filters through it, so you don't really think about it. The biggest thing I would say is that it gets hot in there. It gets less airflow, so that's the biggest thing. So on Sunday it's supposed to be pretty warm and sunny. Yeah, so that's gonna be a bit of a challenge for us drivers sitting in there and getting a lot of heat.
Do you have? I know you don't wear sunglasses on your helmet. Is it depending on the amount of sun, or can you vary the darkness in your?
Yeah, so I usually run quite a dark visor, so that sort of helps for the sun. On some tracks, we do run some stripes of on the tear-offs on the windscreen or aero screen to help that. But I think being the race is in the middle of the day, it's not going to be the sun. It's not going to be too low, so it's not going to be a problem, I think.
I see. Sean, you got any questions?
I do. Based on Nashville last year, if you can ramp off the back of somebody and still come back to win, then you can probably win from anywhere, right?
It's a good point. Yeah, I think, that was definitely my craziest race win of my career, and probably one of the craziest one in IndyCar, period. So it's
the visual of the bottom of the car halfway through the race, and then you still end up in victory lane.
I think that's the cool thing with IndyCar racing. Anything can happen, and you can still fight back and sort of get yourself in position, because if you have a good race car and if you're fast, you can sort of get your race back on track. And that was the thing in Nashville. And obviously, I'm not planning to do something similar here. I don't want to make life that difficult for myself, but yeah, that's the thing. You can never give up, and especially this place. You've seen people have issues early in the race, but then it's a long race, and there's a lot of things that's going to happen. So you need to keep in it, keep your head in, and you never know what's going to happen in the last 50 laps.
Now, do you talk a lot back and forth, or are you real quiet in the car?
No, I'm usually quite I don't talk that much. I like to get information from the pit wall, so I like to be sort of updated on what's going on around me, and I obviously talk about the car, trying to give feedback on tires and balance and stuff like that, so we can improve the car for the next stint. But I know some drivers, they're almost like commentators in the car and just commentating on everything that's happening, and I prefer to focus on the driving.
Do you ever speak any Swedish when you're in the car?
No,
cursing.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I curse in Swedish sometimes.
What's a good Swedish curse word?
Fan, like F-A-N, fan.
Fan.
Like fan, yeah.
So that we'd get beeped if we were on Swedish television?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
Not sure what that means, but I'm going to put it in my my dictionary.
With basically all 6 of the Ganassi cars up front. Is there more strategy with that? It seems like some of the other teams are a little more spread out, but being up front, especially early on with fuel mileage and being able to flop back and forth as opposed to trying to go out and lead on your own, is there a strategy behind that?
We haven't really, discussed it yet, but I'm sure we will, obviously gonna try and take advantage of the fact that we are so many cars up there, and if we can help each other out throughout the race, and switch a bit if we're all running up front. We don't have to have one guy leading the whole race and burning fuel. We can switch that around. So I definitely think it's an advantage to have that many cars up front, and come race day, we're definitely going to try and use that and help each other.
What's it like racing with Jimmy?
It's very cool. He's been a great addition to the team, and obviously he's had a very steep learning curve on the road and street courses. But from like the first lap on the ovals, he's been so impressive, and it's been really cool to see that. And obviously Texas, he had a really good race on the oval there, and all this month he's been super fast. So I expect him to be a factor on Sunday, and it's good to see. He's such a good guy as well, so really happy for him.
Well, have a great race. You went to high school back in Sweden?
Yeah, I sort of dropped out. I was basically driving cars.
I see. That's fine. Did you ever get a degree or a diploma?
No,
really?
I moved to Japan when I was 18, so I sort of had to.
Wow.
That.
Do you speak any Japanese?
Arigato gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu.
What does that mean?
Oidashimashite. Hakuma probably knows a bit more than me. I knew a little bit, It's still in the memory. I mean, it's 13, 14 years ago now, so it's been a while.
Wow. Did you have a nickname when you were a kid?
No, I don't know. No, not really.
You've always just been Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus is good enough.
Okay. Do you get back to Sweden much?
Not really. I mean, in the off-season I go back, but during the season it's pretty hectic for us, so I went back in March, I think it was, end of February, March. I went back for a week, but apart from that, I think I'm going to stay pretty much all season, and then in the off-season, I'll go back a bit.
Do people from your family get to come to the Indianapolis 500?
Yeah, so my mom and dad and my youngest brother, they was flying in yesterday, so they just got in last night, so it's really cool to have them here. It's good with some extra support, so that's really exciting.
Oh, that's great. Well, I hope that they greet you in the winner's circle, Marcus. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Sun is shining, hear the engine whining. Here comes Super Tex. Coming round the track, he ain't looking back, he's just watching out for wrecks. A different breed, he loves the speed. Can you hear the engine roar? He's jumping bumps, he's taking lumps at the pedal to the floor. AJ, AJ, the whole world knows your name. AJ, AJ, it just won't be the same. For 35 years he's heard the cheers. Indianapolis has been his thing. 4 races he's won and now he's done, but he'll always be the king. 14 on his machine and it's not coming back again. They'll take his space, but not his place. He's been a man amongst men. Sing along now. AJ, AJ, rolling round the track. AJ, AJ, you're just not looking back. AJ, AJ, the whole world knows your name. AJ, AJ, it just won't be the same. This is quite true. He spoken his mind. The greatest IndyCar driver of all time. He's spoken his mind, the greatest IndyCar driver of all time. Yeah. I'm thinking that J.A.J. roaring round the track. That J.A.J. he's not looking back. That J.A.J. pedal to the floor. AJ, hear his engine roar. AJ, the whole world knows your name. AJ, it just won't be the same, fella. Yeah, AJ.
All right, Duke Tomato and the Power Trio, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for watching our Indy 500 special. I hope you get a chance to check out the race now that you know so much about it. Also, don't forget to stream us live every day on YouTube, or of course, check us out on air, once again, online, or, I don't remember, go to bobandtom.com. You'll find us there.